What's up, guys, and welcome back to the stream. So this is going to be a pretty special stream. There's mainly going to be a few things going on. The first is that I'm going to be answering a couple of questions that I got regarding selling on Walmart. And these are going to be questions that I received inside my Facebook group, that I received underneath my last video, and also just underneath my other video talking about how to sell on Walmart, as well as a couple of emails or a couple of Instagram DMs that I've got. And I'm also going to be celebrating 5,000 subscribers. So first off, I just want to say thank you to everyone who has subscribed to the channel, everyone who has supported, liked my videos. Thank you very much. And I'm also going to be doing a giveaway celebrating 5,000 subscribers. So that's going to be towards the end of the stream, and we'll talk about it then. So let's just wait for a couple of people to get in here, and I'm also going to pull up the questions. Okay, so just got to share my screen. Okay, so the first question that I got is we're going to address all the comments that were underneath my Facebook post regarding my last video. So the first one was, how do you apply as an international seller for Walmart? So if you go to Walmart, apply to Walmart, you look at the actual application for when you want to start selling on there as an international seller. So the question that I got is, so this person said that they request your social security number. And as an international seller, you can't really go ahead and you can't really apply if they request your social security number, just because if you're international, then you won't have one. So when you actually go and you apply to sell on the Walmart platform, you'll see that they do not require a social security number. If you're an international seller, the only things that you're going to need is you're going to need a US tax ID. And you're also going to need to fill out a W-8 form. And when you supply that, just tell them which country you're in. And then you're just going to tell them where your business is. And you're obviously going to have a business address, or you're going to have a business entity inside the US. So you don't need to be a US citizen, but you will need to have a US business. So the next question that I got was, what should your sales look like on Amazon to potentially qualify for the Walmart marketplace? So this was a really important question, because on side of the product and integration tab, so on this part of the application, they're going to ask you for your Amazon store name, as well as they're going to ask you how many SKUs you have, and they're going to ask for a link to your Amazon store. So I wouldn't really say that there's a size that they're particularly looking for. Obviously, it really does help if you have a store, if you sell on Amazon. So if you can supply that, I would say that the name on your Amazon store should be the name of your business, should match the information that you're giving to Walmart, as well as if you have some feedback. So my second account, so I have two Walmart accounts. The first one that I applied for has around 124. That's my main business, and that got accepted. And then the second one has 13, and that also got accepted. So I wouldn't really say that there's a number that they're specifically looking for, just that you have a decent amount of products, that you have SKUs, and that the names are matching, and that you have good feedback. So I'm just going to take a look at the stream, see if there's anyone who's here. So we actually have a question. How much money do you need to sell on Walmart? So I addressed this in my last video. There are basically two qualifications. So how it works is when you start selling on Walmart, they're going to hold your money, and there's going to be a 14-day hold similar to Amazon on your money. And this is either going to happen until 90 days have passed from when you started selling, or until you cross over $5,000 in sales. So in order to start selling on Walmart, I would suggest that you do have some capital, just because if you're going to be drop shipping on the platform, they're going to be holding your money for 2 weeks. So you're going to need some capital, or you're going to need some credit to go ahead and facilitate those orders. And the next question that I got was, can Walmart be a great place for new sellers? So personally, I would say no, just because Walmart, like I said, they're going to require that, or they're not going to require, they don't require it, but it's highly emphasized in the application that you sell on Amazon. That's what they want to see. So if you can demonstrate to them that you sell on Amazon, because Amazon is Walmart's biggest competitor. So if they see that you're selling on Amazon, that you offer your products, then they're going to want you on their platform offering those same products, and just, offering all of those products, giving them to the Walmart customers. Also, in addition to that, I would say that something that's really helped me on my application is showing them I have a website for my business. So I've heard from other people that they didn't supply a website, and later on Walmart contacted them after they want to verify the information, and they've contacted them asking them for a link to their website. So just by supplying that from the get-go, it definitely helps out. So to answer the question, I don't think Walmart would be a great place for a new seller. I definitely think that you have to have some experience as well as be established. So the next question was from Ben. Ben's always active in the Facebook group. What's Walmart's policy for getting a refund from their third-party sellers? So that's going to differ depending on how you can organize it. So there are different rules as well as different settings that you can set inside your account. And basically, you can, similar to Amazon, how you can choose to put your own carrier account, you can choose to give labels, and you can basically just set that all in your account. So I think we have a couple of more questions, but if anyone has questions on YouTube, you guys can always post them right there. And just a couple of things that I quickly wanted to talk about is I didn't really talk too much about Walmart's fulfillment service, or I also didn't talk about Deliver. So what is Deliver? So Deliver is basically, it's a service that where you can send in your products similar to Amazon FBA, and they will facilitate all of these orders. They will ship out the packages, and they're kind of like a multi-channel service. They will ship out for, so here you'll see their integrations. So let me just put that up on the screen. No, here. So here you'll see that, for the integrations for Deliver, and this is kind of what I'm going for. I've already signed up with Deliver, and my goal is I actually want to send in my packages here, and I want to use it for Walmart, but I can also use it for Shopify. You'll see that they do eBay, as well as they also integrate with a few other platforms. So they also integrate with Listing Mirror and a couple of other seller tools like Channel Advisor, Seller Cloud. But most importantly is that they'll act as an FBA warehouse, and they'll do it for Walmart, Wish, Shopify, eBay. So they can go ahead and get you get the customers your items within 2 days. And when you send it in to Deliver, they actually partnered with Walmart. So you get the 2-day shipping badge on your items on Walmart, and it's going to say, ships are sold by, and then it's going to say ships from Walmart. So you're going to get that Walmart seal of approval on all of your items. So I signed up for this, and I'm going to be testing it. And then obviously I'm going to make a video about it. The other thing that I wanted to talk about was Walmart fulfillment service. So this is kind of the other thing that you can do. They recently just rolled this out, WFS, and this is kind of like their FBA. So unlike Amazon, Walmart actually does have a huge infrastructure. They have a lot of retail stores. They have a lot of space. They have a lot of experience with packages. So I'm surprised this is actually something that they didn't roll out sooner, but I do think if there's going to be anyone who can compete with Amazon, it's not going to be eBay, because I know eBay initially said that they wanted to launch this where they were allowing some sellers to send in their inventory, and then they kind of swept that under the rug. But Walmart is actually rolling this out. So I did apply for it. I know a couple of other people who have applied for this service. So the goal is that I want to get my products in here. Now, when I was applying for this service, they did stress that they only want products that are going to be having a quick turnaround time. So basically you send the products in and then they sell right away. And also there is a limit to the size of the product. So with FBA, you can go ahead and you can send in larger items, but they're going to charge you more. With Walmart, there is a limit to the amount, to the size. I forgot what it is, but it is pretty small compared to the sizes that FBA has. But like I said, I'm not really going to test WFS first, just because I want to use Deliver, because Deliver actually has more experience. But Walmart, like I said, is going to be the best bet when competing with Amazon, because they do have all the fulfillments. They do have they have the chain, they have the businesses. So they are going to be the best bet for it. So just going back to the stream. Let's see who we have. So we have Jay. Thank you for showing up to the stream. We have Ibrahim. Thank you for showing up. So if you don't sell on Amazon, they won't accept you. So they don't say that they won't accept you. It is optional to provide your Amazon store. I've just always provided my Amazon store, and from the people I've talked to, so one of the benefits of being a YouTuber is I can talk to different people in my Facebook group, different people who email me, and from everyone who has applied and who has gotten rejected, when I ask them, did you provide your Amazon store? All of them have said no across the board. So I can say without a doubt that supplying your Amazon store will help you, and it will progress your application and help you get accepted. Now, that being said, it doesn't automatically mean that you're declined. It just will help you. Jay says, I wanted to know if I can make a Shopify store and use Spocket to give me my products, and so I can connect that to Amazon and sell on Amazon like I do. Do you think that's possible? Yeah. So I don't use Spocket, but I know a lot of people who import Spocket items to their Shopify site. It's pretty seamless, and you can use it to actually make your site look better when you're contacting wholesale suppliers. I just wouldn't use them as a supplier, but it could be good to make your site look better. What's up, Ty? Welcome to the stream. Remove the StreamYard logo eventually. So we have another question from Sakina. Once you're accepted, can you sell outside of the niche your state in the application process? Yes, absolutely. I actually created a case with Walmart, and I talked to them. So I said to them, okay, I listed specific items because they asked, do you sell electronics? They say, what categories do you sell in? So I sell in a variety of categories. I sell in home decor, lighting, electronics. I also sell name brand products. I sell a lot of different products. So I created a case with them asking, can I list in other categories? And they said, there is no problem. You can list in the other categories, so that shouldn't be an issue. Don't use AliExpress on Amazon. Could not agree more. I've never used AliExpress on Amazon. I just like to offer my customers fast shipping. And also, so that's going to be the next thing that we're going to talk about. Is the last thing that I want to talk about in this stream is something I didn't talk about in my last video. It's going to be the handling time for when you're selling on Walmart. So when you're selling on Walmart, Walmart has very strict measures for what they consider to be acceptable for sending the product to the customer. So they don't call it handling time, they call it lag time. So their term lag time is basically the equivalent to the handling time. So on Amazon, you can offer 2-day handling time, 3-day handling time. On eBay, you can offer your handling time. Etsy, Shopify, you basically get to state the time that it takes between when you get an order and when you ship the item. That's the handling time. So Walmart calls that lag time. And right away, when you create a listing, that lag time is automatically set to the same day. So they expect you to, let's say you set your cutoff time at 2 p.m. If you receive an order before 2 p.m., you're expected to ship that item the same day. So this is going to be very problematic, especially if you're drop shipping. So what I've done to actually combat this is I only started drop shipping products on Walmart where my suppliers offer same day shipping. So what that means is, let's say I get an order on Walmart, then I can call up my supplier, or I can place it on the website, or my software can automate it. And as soon as they get that order, they are going to ship it out, and it's going to be rushed for that day. So that is very important. Now, there is something that you can do. You can actually increase the lag time, and you can increase it from 0 to 1. So this will give you 48 hours. So this means instead of shipping it the same day, you'll just have to ship it the next day. Like I said, though, with drop shipping, that is going to be very strict, and it's going to be hard as a drop shipper. The other way is that you can actually apply to increase your lag time per SKU. So similar to Amazon, where you can apply to increase different things for different SKUs, with Walmart, you can go ahead and you can create a case with their support, and you can go ahead and apply for increased lag time. So if you are going to be drop shipping on Walmart, that's why I always stress to use wholesale suppliers that are going to be able to offer really good handling times, and that you have a close network with, that you have close working with. So I think that's all the things I actually wanted to address in the stream. Just to recap before we move on to the next segment, we talked about WFS. This is Walmart's competing service with FBA. Like I said, I think they're going to be the best bet for competing with Amazon, and it might take a few years to actually roll this out, get this streamlined like Amazon, because on Amazon, I can go in and I can replenish all of my SKUs. There are also a bunch of different softwares that allow you to do this, like ShipStation, Inventory Lab. Basically any software out there that integrates with FBA allows you to create shipments, allows you to streamline it. And with Walmart, like I said, it's going to be very limited. They're going to limit the space. You have to apply first. So it is limited right now. Obviously the capacity is not as great as FBA, but I do think that in the future, this is going to be another great revenue source if you're going to be doing FBA. Definitely something to look into. And then also Deliver, which is going to be Walmart's competing, which they're partnering with. So Deliver is actually a third-party service. You can sign up to it. They'll house your inventory, and they'll take care of your shipments. And you can use them for Walmart. You can use them for eBay. You can use them for Shopify, and they'll deliver the products. So that was what we covered. We also covered lag time, which is Walmart's handling time policy. We also covered the payments. And last but not least, we also covered the application process for international sellers. So if you guys have any other questions, you can feel free to leave them inside the comments, and I will get back to them. So let me just see where we're at. Also, just to remind everyone, there will be a giveaway at the end of the stream celebrating 5,000 subscribers. So I just want to say thank you to everyone again. Also, thank you to everyone who showed up at the stream. I think I've already mentioned everyone. I don't think I've mentioned Sakina, so thank you for showing up to the stream. Where were we? Okay, so we have a comment from Jay. So about Wayfair, you got any tips for that on how to get accepted? So Yes and no. So I haven't actually been accepted to Wayfair. I applied and they rejected me. Also, Overstock rejected me, and I'm also applying to Target. So the thing is with Wayfair, you have to demonstrate that you have unique products, or whenever you're going on the application, their application is much more manual than Amazon or Walmart or whenever you're applying to a new marketplace. So when you actually apply to Wayfair, they are going to manually review it. They manually look at all these things, and then they will contact you back. So I got rejected the first time. I am going to be applying again. This time when I am applying, I actually do have a trademark for my products. So I'm actually waiting to get a trademark. I'm getting business insurance. I'm also going to be having my own products. So I am moving into private label. And hopefully by having my own products, that will help me get onto Wayfair. But to get onto Wayfair, you just have to have your own products. You have to have a website. You have to actually look like you are a legitimate business and that you are a bigger business. Because Wayfair is kind of like a retailer that works and they drop ship for other brands. So Sakina asks, how would I decide what to drop ship? That's a really good question. You know what? The way that I would do it is I would just start trying to find a supplier. With wholesale drop shipping, you can do what I did is you can niche down, and finding a niche is a great way to build a business. I'm going to make a video on that about how to actually build a proper wholesale drop shipping business, but how to decide on what to sell. I mean, I personally, my method is just sell what sells. So you can go create an account with a wholesaler, scan their price sheet, look at what items they're selling. If they are a very obscure or they are a brand that no one else resells, just, if they have a few items, put up those items. And you know what? Most things do sell. We have a comment from Jay. So do you think it would be crazy to use Spocket on Amazon? Because I'm seriously thinking about it. I can't comment on that. I'd never use Spocket on Amazon. I'm not sure if Spocket is from China, but I would be careful with that because you don't want to use Chinese suppliers. If you are going to be using Spocket, just make sure that the shipping and the handling time is going to be good, because customers do get pretty mad when when the shipping times do take long, especially on Amazon. Sakina had the same question. So I think I answered that one. I feel like dropshipping everything. Can I use Shopify to try to get accepted to Wayfair? So having Shopify is literally just a tool. All it is it's just a platform that allows you to create your own website. So you can use Shopify, WooCommerce, BigCommerce, I think Magento. There's so many different things. And once you create your own website, then yes, you can use that as your website. Obviously with Shopify, it's not as customizable. It's more just like, it's more made for beginners. It's more made that it's going to have the rigid template, and it's not really made for coding. Versus WordPress, you have a lot more optimization. You have a lot more ways to go ahead and build your website the way that you do. So currently I do use Shopify. Full disclosure, I am actually looking to switch to WooCommerce eventually, just because Shopify is much more beginner friendly, but the customizations as well as the layout that you can do with WooCommerce is a lot greater. But yeah, having your own website would help you with Wayfair. So the last question that we get is how to find a niche. That's a tough question. Honestly, just go with whatever sells. Like you can start, let's say you can start with the most obvious niche. So let's say home decor. If you want to start with home decor products, try and start finding home decor suppliers. And then you can even niche down from there. So from home decor, you can go specifically into bedroom decor. You can specifically go into kitchen supplies. You can specifically go to garden decor. And just by creating accounts with wholesalers, usually these wholesalers will offer a lot of different items, and you can see which one of their items sell well, and then you can continually niche down and try and find those items. Or you can just do what I did, and you can pick a pretty broad category. You can sell kitchen equipment, and there's so many different items, so many different suppliers that you can sell. But with wholesale, that's the great thing, is you don't need to niche down, especially if you're buying in bulk. You can just go ahead and you can literally do FBA wholesale, which is just creating accounts with distributors, with wholesalers, finding which products that they sell and then selling them. Obviously, there are nuances there. You can work with specific brands. I'm just giving you the gist of the business. Tony Ma, welcome to the stream. Not sure if I mentioned you before. Any software to scan and find profitable products on Walmart? So that's a good question. I haven't actually found one yet. I've been talking with the supplier, not only with the supplier, but also with the softwares that I work with. So I have an account with Channel Advisor. I mainly use them for my bigger business, and they are a huge company. They're a publicly traded company, as well as they're the largest e-com software, if I'm not mistaken. So I've talked to them about actually being able to find which items sell well on Walmart. So they have a feature called, it's kind of like a CSV feature where you can upload your CSV, and they'll match the SKUs, they'll match the UPC codes from your sheet to Walmart, typically how most things will do it to Amazon. So there's no real way to see how well an item sells on Walmart because there's no real metric that they share. They don't have a bestsellers rank. They don't show you how many items sell. What you can do is you can look at the reviews. There are a couple of other metrics, like you can look at how many other sellers. And Walmart does have a tool in the back end where you can see the best-selling items inside a category. But I really wouldn't say it's as flushed out as Amazon just because the platform is relatively new and there isn't as much software that is made for that. How long have you been dropshipping? I've been dropshipping for 4 years. It's not really dropshipping. I did a lot of different stuff. I would do online arbitrage. I did retail arbitrage. I tried private label, but I've had my wholesale business for now 4 years. It was established in 2016. And I started out as a sole proprietor, and then I switched to an LLC recently. Jay Sean, how much money would you say to all of this makes you compared to the time you put in? So how much money has this business made to the time that I put in? That's hard to quantify because I do put a lot of time into my business. So YouTube's not my main thing. My full-time business at the moment is going to be wholesale dropshipping. That's what I do. Currently, I am looking for a warehouse. That's actually what I was just doing this morning. And I am looking for a warehouse. Either I'm going to split it with someone or I might sublet it. So the amount of time that I put into my business is a lot, and it is my full-time thing. So the amount that I put in, like the amount of time versus the actual payoff, I would say that it grows every year. So the more time I put in, the more payout I get. But then again, there was all that time that I put in the beginning where I didn't actually make as much. So I would say the more that you keep at it and the more time that you put in, the bigger the payout's going to be over time. So I can't really quantify that because I don't know how much time I've put into the precise amount. So we have a long question from Jay. And for Amazon, because I'm going to use Spocket and like to do, so I sign up for FBA or something else on Amazon. And yeah, I'm a super beginner. That's why I have so many questions. No problem. If you have a question, you could just leave them in the chat. Like I said, I'm not sure if Spocket would work for Amazon. I have seen them I watched a video on them as well as I talked to a seller who was using Spocket for Shopify. And like I said, I've never seen them used for Amazon. So I don't really know how that would work. So we have differential equations. Noah, can you save these lives? Yes, this live will be put back up on YouTube. So you'll be able to watch it and you'll be able to replay it after. Let's see. What tools or resources would you recommend for a newbie? So it depends on what you're trying to do in your business. Are you trying to do wholesale? Are you trying to do private label? Are you trying to do dropshipping? There are just so many different business models. And that's actually going to be another video, so I don't want to get too much into it. But technically, all these business models are actually like different sides of the same business. So we'll get to that in a little bit. But what tools would I recommend? The first tool I would recommend probably is for Amazon, it's definitely Keepa. I love Keepa. It really helps me do product research. If you're going to be working with wholesale suppliers, I would also say Scan Unlimited. And if let's say you're running lean and you don't want to spend too much money, so Scan Unlimited, you can use it for the free trial. They give you one scan per month, so you can use that free scan. It's completely free. You can use Keepa's free tool, the free Chrome extension version, and then you can use Amazon's. You need an FBA calculator, so you can use Amazon's calculator, or you can download. I think there's a free calculator on the Chrome store, and using those free tools. I actually have a video on my channel about completely free tools that I use for Amazon, and I would say those tools are essential. You need something to just be able to speed up the product research, because if you're going to be doing manual research for wholesale, it's going to take you a lot of time. Also, so going back to the point, actually, I was just going to clarify, is that what I was saying is that all these business models are the same, is that I started out with wholesale drop shipping, right? I started out drop shipping from wholesale suppliers, but where that leads is I can then go and I can look at which products are selling well, or I can take a look at which products my wholesalers are selling, and I can go and I can scan their price sheets, or I can go ahead and I can manually look to see which items are selling well on Amazon. And then from there, I can actually buy in bulk and I can build up an FBA business while continuing doing wholesale drop shipping from these suppliers. So wholesale FBA and wholesale drop shipping are the same business model. On top of that, then you also have private label. So this is not something that I've recently shared, but I'm going to be sharing in the stream, as well as I'm going to be making another video on it. And it's a huge aspect. Whenever you look at the bigger wholesale businesses, Watch Me Amazon has talked about this, Amazon Lit, Buyboxer. These are all businesses that do over $20 million per year in revenue. What they do is they mainly do wholesale, but they also do private label. And because you do wholesale, that gives you an insight on what sells. You can also get really good relationships with manufacturers and with brands. And because you have an insight in what sells, then you can go ahead and you can private label your own product. So I'll give you myself as an example. I sell cremation products on Amazon. So recently, one of my suppliers, they just kicked me off of Amazon for selling this product. They kicked all the sellers because they actually want to sell it themselves. So what I did is I know this item sells very well. And what I did is I went and I created my own private label product. So now I know the market, it's not too competitive. And because I was selling their items, I know that this item does sell well. And I can go and I can find my own manufacturer either in China or in the US. And I can go and I can basically create my own listing on Amazon. And then that's how I can private label a wholesale product. And you can basically do this for any product. Because you're doing wholesale, you get research and you get data on that product. And then you can go ahead and you can create your own instead of sourcing it from your wholesale supplier. So I hope that clarified on that. So we've been going for 26 minutes, and I'm going to be doing the giveaway in probably towards the end of the stream. So I might go till 8 o'clock. So we have 8 guys. We have 8 people watching. So if you guys could smash the like button, that'd be awesome. And let's see if I have any more questions. I got a bunch of Walmart questions, but if you guys have any other questions on like any other topics, such as Amazon, wholesale, I would definitely be interested in, answering those. So let's see. This was a great question that I wanted to address. So actually, this was one of the main questions. So someone asked about the buy box situation for Walmart. So if you sell on Amazon, then you'll know that whenever you create a new account to sell on Amazon, that it usually takes about 90 days until your account becomes seasoned enough to become buy box eligible. So on Walmart, someone asked, is there a time period when you create a new account? Do you have to wait to become buy box eligible? So I can say that there is no wait, there is no threshold. As soon as I created a Walmart account, I was actually eligible for the buy box and I was able to start making sales as soon as my account was approved and as soon as I was live. Okay. Let's see. What questions? So what's your outlook on Amazon FBA versus FBM on the same item? It looks like wholesale FBM is more profitable because FBA has too many fees. So this is a good question. And so I would say from experience, I thought that basically FBA was the way to go just because if you send it into Amazon, you're more likely to get the buy box. You're leveraging Amazon's shipping. So what I found out is it actually depends on the supplier and it depends on the item. I have an item that I sell, and because my supplier charges me flat rate shipping, so they charge me flat rate, which means that even if it's a large item, let's say the item's like 18 inches large and it weighs 12 pounds, they'll still charge me a flat rate. Versus if I were to send that item into FBA, that item would be nearly double or triple the price to ship and actually store in Amazon versus what my supplier would charge me. So by doing FBM, it's actually a lot cheaper and I make a lot more money doing FBM. Now, on the flip side, you have products that if you were to send them into FBA, that you would be more likely to get the buy box. Your margins are going to be better. Amazon's going to offer faster shipping, better reviews. You don't have to deal with the returns. So there are pros and cons, and you have to weigh each thing whenever you're going to be doing it. You look like a college student, and did you have a job before doing e-commerce? So that's a long story. I actually was a college student. I dropped out recently to pursue e-commerce full-time. Like I said, this is my full-time business, selling on Amazon, Walmart, eBay, Shopify. This is my full-time business. This is how I make my money. So I was actually in school for finance and I was also doing accounting. So I dropped out to pursue e-commerce. And did I have a job? Yeah, I actually used to. I've had a lot of jobs. Before that, I was actually doing an internship while I was in college. So I was doing an internship for a restaurant equipment company. I've worked at a pizza store. I've had a lot of jobs in the past, especially a lot of jobs in e-commerce. I actually worked in a warehouse. So I definitely had a lot of experience going into the business. What do you use for eBay to scan products for wholesale product lists? Same as my previous question, but for eBay. So there isn't really a good answer to this. There is no software that can scan it just because on Amazon, they require you to have an item identifier. So they require you to either have the UPC code when you're uploading a product. This way, if you have a list, the scanning software can just match the UPC codes from the list to Amazon and find those items. And with eBay, there's, they don't require the UPC code. So some sellers might put the UPC code, some sellers won't. So there's no way to really match the list to the products on eBay. So I've actually been talking to a couple of different softwares. No one's really been able to do it, but I would say the best way is you can use the Zeek Analytics method, just finding your competitors and stores for the best-selling items that they sell. And if they do sell from the same supplier, you can see which of the items from your supplier sell best in their store. Sakina asked, do you have any US suppliers you recommend for wholesale dropshipping? I recommended a couple in my videos. It really depends what you're looking for. The reason I don't really recommend is because, like I said, there's a lot of different resources. You can use the list from Inventory Source. You can use the list from Spark Shipping. You can use the list from the Wholesale Formula guys. So I actually have a video. I think it was 3 videos back. You know what? Let me just quickly go to that. By the way, if you guys are enjoying the stream, feel free, if you guys can like the stream, that will help it, boost it in the algorithm and help people see it. So let me just pull up that video real quick. And also let me just share my screen. So it was this video right here. So right here. So it's titled How to Find Suppliers for Free. I shared with you 5 different resources that you can use. And it's basically a completely free list, and you can find suppliers that way, and you can go through them. Do I have any that I recommend? I mean, I've used CTW. I've used a couple that I recommend through there. So like I said, you can just see that video, and you're going to have access to about like 500 suppliers starting out through there. And you can choose it by which niche you want, which products you want, a lot of different products that you can find in there. Okay, let's see if we have any other questions. Sorry, my software that I use to stream is actually a bit slow and doesn't update all the questions right away. Just checking Facebook. Okay. So we've just crossed the 30-minute mark. Awesome. I'm probably going to be going to 8 o'clock, 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. So another 27 minutes of streaming. I hope you guys are enjoying. I hope you guys are getting a lot of value. I've recently just wanted to start streaming on my channel, bring you guys more content. How does not so many people know about you because you have great info? Thank you. First off, I appreciate that. I've been doing YouTube for about 2 years. And I mean, I don't really know how it works. Like, it's just the way that either my videos don't get seen as much. Also, wholesale dropshipping is not really a popular topic. So I knew that creating my channel, there's not a lot of demand for this type of content. So YouTube's not going to promote it as much. So first off, I am thankful. Like I said, this is a celebration for 5K subscribers. So thank you to everyone who has subscribed. Slowly but surely, as more people do find my channel and my videos continuously grow, thankfully, YouTube's going to start pushing out my content more. I'm also finding more people on Facebook. So hopefully more people are going to be able to find my content. Hey, Duncan, welcome to the stream. It's been a while since I've seen you on my channel. Let's see. Sorry, guys. I just got a few sales, and also my VA contacted me while on the stream. That's actually one of the best things that I learned. I actually learned this from Ty as well as Ecom Tom. Having a VA has definitely helped me with my business. All right. Let's see. So it looks like those are all the questions. If you guys have any other questions, you guys can just put them underneath and I'll answer them, or I'll try my best. And we'll probably do the giveaway in around 5 minutes. It's either going to be whatever you guys want. It could be like an hour consulting call. It could be a $25 gift card to Amazon. Whoever wins it, you guys can decide. Okay, so it looks like there's actually a lag between the software I use and the comments on YouTube. So we have a comment from Duncan. Sales are super late. How about yours? Are super late? No. So my sales on eBay have been sort of iffy. They've been like last month I did about 15K on my main account, and then it dipped down to about 12. So it's kind of been hovering around there. It hasn't really been doing anything, hasn't been growing. Amazon sales have been going up, but that's probably due to COVID. Sales on Etsy, I was doing about 2K a month in March, and now in April, May, and also for June, I've done over 12K each month. So that really increased. Walmart is now becoming one of my bigger platforms. Shopify has been averaging. Bonanza does about 3 to 5K every month. My sales have been relatively the same, but they are growing. But I think you mainly sell on eBay. So Jay says, any tips for beginners on Amazon FBM, and how does FBM work? Any tips for beginners on FBM? Yeah, so I would say that the biggest things are you need to adjust your handling and your shipping times. Those are very big metrics for Amazon. And I would make sure my handling time is always set to the correct ones for my suppliers. And also make sure that your shipping times are set to the correct times. This way you're not over shipping, or this way you're not making anything late. And also make sure that you're uploading tracking numbers on time. I'm trying to think of like the next thing. I would say automate pricing, ensure that you can get the buy box, customer service. I can't tell you how many reviews I get on Amazon, and just because of my customer service. So someone reached out to me and they said, hey, I'm not going to be home when this item is going to be delivered. Can you get it shipped to me a few days earlier? So I spent $7.50 to rush the order with my supplier. They shipped it to my customer. And obviously I lost about $7 in profit, but my customer then left me a 5-star seller review. So there is you can't quantify that review. And obviously, customer service goes a long way in this business, especially on eBay. Reaching out, one of the jobs that my VA has is on Etsy. Every time I get an order, she basically goes and she messages them saying, thank you for your order. And then as soon as we upload the tracking, she says, hey, we're going to be keeping you updated on the order. And then as soon as the item is delivered, she'll go through all of the ones where it says delivered, and she'll go and she'll message them saying, hey, we hope you enjoy the item. Reach out to us if anything is wrong. And customer service has really allowed me to grow my business. What qualifications? Sorry, and I actually missed the last part. How does one do FBM? How does FBM work? Basically, you put your offer on Amazon, and then someone's gonna purchase from you, and then as soon as they purchase, you basically have to order it from your supplier, or you can ship it out yourself. You could purchase a label through Amazon, and then you just upload the tracking. I do have a video on how to dropship on Amazon step by step. So if you go to my channel and you search that, you'll see that completely. It's literally a 40-minute video, shows you how to dropship on Amazon FBM step by step. What qualifications should an Amazon VA have? So I'm actually going to do a video on this. I recently just started hiring VAs. I hired them about 2 months ago now, and it was definitely a learning curve. It was a learning curve in trying to hire the right person, trying to interview them, and trying to find the right person that I wanted in my business that I thought would be the right fit. The qualifications. So Ecom Tom, who I took his VA course, he said, and I agree with this, he said that he doesn't really look for someone who is experienced in Amazon per se, just because, having that experience doesn't necessarily translate over to your business. So they might have experience with retail dropshipping versus I do mostly wholesale FBA and wholesale dropshipping. So I'm not necessarily looking for someone who has the most experience with Amazon dropshipping. I just want someone who knows the platform a little bit, and then someone who I can then teach and who is a good worker and is a quick learner. So what qualifications? I would say someone who knows Excel, someone who knows the back end of Amazon a little bit, and someone who just has experience with e-commerce. List of your top dropshipping suppliers would be nice. So I can't really give my top dropshipping suppliers. I do work with over 60 different suppliers inside of my business. Part of the thing that I try and preach is that when you're building a dropshipping business, you're trying to build it step by step. So when you take into a supplier into your business, you're basically relying on them. You're basing your business off of them. So if they miss a shipment date, if they increase their handling time, they don't tell you. If they send the wrong item, if the item arrives damaged, that's going to reflect onto your business. Even though you didn't do it, you are the one communicating with the customer. You sold the item. So when you take in a new supplier, you need to make sure that they're going to be good. You need to make sure that they're going to be good for your business. So I am very, very selective. I'm very slow to build my dropshipping suppliers. And whenever I do it, I'm not going to go in. I'm not going to do like with wholesale, you can go and you can contact 500 different suppliers and just get their lists. With wholesale dropshipping, you don't want to have 500 suppliers because it's hard to manage. You want to have 1, 2, 3, and in increments slowly build up your suppliers. So a top drop shipping list. I mean, I work with mostly funeral suppliers, so I can't. I mean, most people are not going to want to drop ship funeral products, and also a lot of them are very. They don't work with e-commerce sellers. They only work with me because I do have experience inside of my industry. Duncan VR. Hey, that's great sales, Noah. Are you having any shipping issues because of COVID? Yes, absolutely. One of my suppliers completely closed down for a month. Also, like I said, I dropship funeral products. Those products mainly come from India, and India shut down. The country completely shut down for 21 days. So my suppliers, at least probably 30% of the stock went out of stock, and a lot of my suppliers are not able to get restocked for those items. A lot of my popular items went out of stock. Thankfully, because I was doing FBA, I did buy a lot of my hot selling items in bulk, so I wasn't as affected, but I did have to put probably around 20% of my SKUs, so around like 1,000, 2,000 items as out of stock. Let's just see. Okay. How much do you pay for a VA, and how do you start selling on Etsy? So I pay my VAs. I started at $3.50 an hour. And then I basically, the way I modeled it is you can go and check out Travis Marziani. So I'll put his link. And I basically just learned how to hire VAs from he has a free video. It's an hour-long video on how to hire VAs. And, the way that I do it is if they work diligently, or not diligently, but if they work well, after a while, I'll give them a raise. And I can also set like a revenue bonus. So I say, hey, look, if you list, or I can give them tasks. So if we get to 10,000 listings on eBay, I'll give you a raise, and you can set little things like that. And so I started at $3.50, and then you can slowly increase it. And then how do you start selling on Etsy? You can just create a store. So you would just create a store. You would write, you create your profile, and you can list your items. So let me just put Travis's link inside the chat. And like I said, he has a lot of great content. And I learned a lot of the stuff that I know from just watching other YouTubers. You can learn a lot of different things. Watch Me Amazon, Amazon Lit. So I just put Travis's link inside the chat. Where was I? Okay, here we go. So Jack, I'm not sure I welcomed you to the stream, so thank you for coming to the stream. If I have a general store on Amazon, should I sell everything or narrow down? That's entirely your business decision. I know people who sell everything. There's one of the largest businesses on Amazon, and you can look this up, is they basically drop ship. Most of their products are FBM, and it's tied to they work with large distributors, large national distributors who sell Bounty, who sell Old Spice, and like name brand products. And what they do is they sell everything. They start working with these large distributors. Typically, these distributors have anywhere between 1,000 to 50,000 products, maybe even more, and they'll just sell everything. So if you want to build your business selling, if you was selling just general products, that's fine, because on Amazon, it's not really about having a niche. They're just two different business models, and there's just a lot of different things that you can do with either one. So if you have a general business, then you can basically say, hey, look, you can show your store to potential suppliers. You can say, we work with this brand, this brand, this brand, and then you can use that as a proposition to other brands and just start working with larger distributors and just start selling whatever sells. Versus if you have a niche, it allows you to focus more solely on that niche and target those brands, those suppliers. And I'm going to be making videos on this in the future. That's a huge part of my business, is that because I focus inside the funeral niche, I can go and I can specifically find funeral suppliers. Another thing, like I mentioned, is that I can private label funeral products. There's just a lot of different things and a lot of different moving parts inside the wholesale business. It's not just drop shipping. It's wholesale. It's drop shipping. It's private label. It's creating your own product. It's doing all this. And that's honestly what I want. If anything that you guys should take away from the stream, it's that this business is not just limited to one aspect. Anyone saying drop shipping on Amazon, that's it. They're limiting your business. Most people who sell on Amazon, they also sell on eBay. Now, is eBay their biggest platform? Absolutely not. Case in point would be Amazon Lit. Amazon Lit, they do $20 million on Amazon, but they also sell $100,000 on eBay every year. So obviously, is it comparable to their Amazon sales? No, but all of the profit that they make from eBay is then reinvested into their Amazon business. And it's just another avenue that you can use to reach new customers, to expand your business. That's why I sell on multiple different marketplaces. Now, one thing that I've actually struggled with is deciding which marketplace needs your focus and your time. So when I was building up my Etsy store, I spent a lot of time learning how to sell on Etsy. I probably know, I probably spent 2 days straight just reading up on the Etsy ad policies, learning about their new ad policies that they're implementing, how to market your store, and just basically, I took a course on how to build an Etsy store. So because I did that, I neglected my Amazon store and my eBay store for 2 days. And this is before I had VAs. So when you get VAs, that actually allows you to scale your business because you can set them to list items on eBay to continuously grow those stores. And by building leverage and just leveraging out, different systems, creating all of these automations, it allows you to expand your business, focus on different platforms, and just grow your business. So I'm not sure if that was too clear. Sometimes I just ramble, but just to recap, the goal is that you build your leverage. So, you leverage your business. So if I list an item on Amazon today, all the items that I sell in the future are going to be because of that 2 minutes that I took to list that item today. So it's going to be built off of the leverage of the 2 minutes. And then you can grow your business by expanding to other platforms. So if I sell that same item on Amazon, I could then offer the same item on eBay, on Walmart, on Etsy, on Bonanza, on my own website, on Truegether, Mercari, Poshmark, on whatever. And then I could build my business that way. So leveraging your platforms, leveraging your time, leveraging systems like software and VAs, and then expanding your business to either different business models like wholesale, private label, and also expanding your business to different customers who shop on different marketplaces. Why are you so awesome? I appreciate that. Thank you. Welcome to the stream, Glenn. I'm not sure if I welcomed you before. Differential equations. How do you manage your sales, calculate profit, losses, taxes? Okay, this is a very big question. I'm not sure how much time you guys have. We only have about 13 minutes left in the stream. It's definitely something that I've been trying to manage. I've been trying to find what I want to do is I want to get a custom software. I basically am at the point where I think, honestly, a custom software would be the best bet for me. So I would need a custom software that could link to Amazon, eBay, Etsy, Shopify, Walmart, Bonanza, and then import all of that sales data, as well as it would also have to link to my carrier accounts. So it would need to link to UPS. It would need to link to FedEx, USPS to get the shipping charges. And then it would also need to import some of the some of the costs for the items. So that's either going to be different from FBA versus drop shipping. And I need a software that, ties this all together. So just to give you guys a heads up, I was talking to one of my accountants, and they said that they know someone who basically does this for a living. Their service is that they'll tie your bank accounts, your credit cards, and all of your sales channels to QuickBooks. So this way your accounting is streamlined. So when I was talking to him, he actually quoted me that it was going to cost about $3,000 a month for custom software like that, which is something that I'm not really sure that I want to take on as a charge in my business, just because I'm trying to find a warehouse right now. I'm trying to hire someone else to help me package and just, send out FBA shipments. But I'm currently looking for a new system to manage it. What I currently do is I use Channel Advisor, and Channel Advisor imports all of my sales data into the software, and then I can download that as a CSV and then just enter that into QuickBooks. So, I kind of do it more manual, but I am looking to automate the accounting purpose. And eventually, as my business grows, I'll probably just have an in-house accountant. I'll have like an accountant who I can just go to, my regular accountant that I can just drop off everything, and not just like a CPA, but like someone who actually specializes in e-commerce accounting. Glenn said, what percentage of your total sales would you say come from Etsy? So let's see. If I do about $80,000 a month and 10,000, I would say around 13,000 come from Etsy. So that's like about probably like 12, 13%. I'm not too sure. Let's see. Sorry, I'm bad at math. But yeah, it's like a 13%, somewhere around there. Do you have a script for when contacting a supplier to get to their business? Yes and no. I don't really have a script. It's not really something that it's more just like you have practice. Also, most of my businesses are just built off relationships, going to trade shows, contacting them on the phone. Honestly, everyone slanders trade shows saying it's not the best way, but to me, I've always built my business going to trade shows, going to funeral trade shows, going to home decor trade shows, ASD Marketplace, going to NY Now, which is like the home decor trade show inside New York, There's a lot of different funeral trade shows. There's one in Pennsylvania that I go to, there's one in New Jersey, there's one in upstate New York. So there's a lot of different ones, as well as you also have the National Funeral Directors Trade Show, which took place in Chicago. So like flying out to these, you can meet a lot of different suppliers. So what I say to them is I see their products, or let's say I'm calling on the phone. I'll say like, hey, I'm looking at your website. I like your products. My name is whatever. And then you say from whatever business. I just like to know if it's possible to create a wholesale account with you guys, so on and so forth. And, you can explain your situation and basically just see if you can start working with them. Again, I'll probably create a video with templates, and I'll try my best to give you guys like the more precise information, because I know that me just saying it doesn't really elaborate on what I exactly do. Glenn said, what percentage of your total sales come from Bonanza? It's about $4,000 a month, $4,000 to $5,000 a month. So probably less than like 5%. I don't know, 3%, somewhere around there. It's not too much. I don't know. Most people say that Bonanza, they don't get any sales. So I have two eBay accounts. One of my eBay accounts gets a sale on Bonanza maybe like every 2 months, every 3 months. It's not too great. Then my other account gets a sale, and that's the one that does about $3,000 to $5,000 a month on Bonanza. So, Bonanza it really depends on what you're selling, but it can be a decent marketplace. And just because they actually import from eBay to Bonanza, it makes it a lot easier to upload your items. Sorry, I just got one message. Okay. So we're coming up on the hour mark. So I'm going to be doing the giveaway soon. I'm probably just going to do like a couple of trivia questions, and whoever answers them, like I said, you guys can choose your prize. It could be like an hour consulting call. It could be a $25 Amazon gift card, whatever you want. Okay, so the first person to answer all these questions will win. So the first question is, just got to make sure you guys are ready. The first question is, what year was Amazon founded? So the first person to answer that will, so I'll keep track. Let me just write this down. All right. So what year was Amazon founded? Everyone's going to rush to Google now to search up the answers. We have two. All right, so we have the first correct answer was to Sakina. It was April 1st, sorry, it was actually not April 1st. It was It was July 5th, 1994. So Sakina. That's one. The next question is what year was Walmart founded? I just thought of these questions like before. So this is going to be my first giveaway. In the future, I might have like a raffle, or I might have like, you guys enter and then it'll just randomly pick. And then we see, so the next one goes to Dino. And then the last one will be, it's not related to e-commerce at all, but it is what is Microsoft's ticker symbol on the stock market? So what ticker symbol does the Microsoft stock trade under? That's the last question. Like I said, that's not really related to e-commerce. Just random trivia questions. So the first person to get it will win the third slot. I guess we'll have 3 winners. Again, that's the Microsoft ticker symbol for their stock. So what ticker symbol does the Microsoft stock trade under? And Sakina gets it again. The correct answer was MSFT. Okay, so what you guys can do is you guys can take like a screenshot just from your YouTube accounts with the answers, and you can send them to me on Instagram, and we'll get that sorted out. And I'll give you guys whoever won, and you guys can contact me. So that was Sakina and also Dino. So you guys can contact me on Instagram. It should be in the description. Yeah, so it is. You'll see my Instagram links, and it's at Noah Mincis. And you guys can also email me at noahmincis@gmail.com. Okay. So thank you guys for coming to the stream. I think I'm going to end it here. If you guys have any other questions, you guys can leave them right now, and I'll just answer some last minute questions. Just want to see if anyone left anything on Facebook. And this live will be up. So this live will be up after you guys can go ahead and watch the recording. Like I said, I started the stream saying thank you for 5,000 subscribers. So currently we actually just reached, we already passed 5,400. So thank you everyone who has subscribed to my channel. I've been doing YouTube for 2 years, so it's been a slow grind, but I'm actually really happy to reach this milestone. And I just want to say thank you to everyone who has subscribed. Thank you to everyone who's watched my content. And thank you for all of the continuous support. So I think I'm going to end it on that note. Thanks everyone for coming to the stream, and I'll probably see you guys in another stream probably in 2 weeks. I still have to figure out the schedule, but I'm going to get that all sorted out, and want to try and start doing regular streams on YouTube. So peace out.